Are you ready? The woman who truly keeps high quality men aren't the ones who are the baddest or the best at sex, technically. Ooh. They're the ones who have mastered stepping into the deeper dimension of themselves deliberately. Because understanding that he craves the unguarded version of you is one thing. But learning how to bring that unguarded side of you consistently, powerfully, and not just in the bedroom is what changes everything. A man who makes a woman feel so good, a man who makes a woman thrive in her femininity, does not have to do too much. Just one touch and she's wet. Even a phone call, just hearing your voice gets her turned on. She's wet. You don't have to do too much. One of the reasons why you do too much is because you've not created an environment where this woman feels loved. You've not talked, you've not mind fucked her. You've not given her, ching. You've not given her money to go and make her hair. You've not given her money to go and make her nails. You've not taken care of her pocket money. Women love money. Women love a provider. And not just a provider who knows how to love genuinely. It's just in the little things, baby. And before you know it, girl is wet. Just you touching her, she is turned on.
I know that's right.
She is for you. Men don't just crave softness. They crave a woman who can hold depth. A woman who can be emotionally open and grounded. A woman who isn't afraid to desire, but doesn't lose herself inside it either.
And that's on period.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Now let me tell you something straight. One of the most important truths that you would ever learn about men and intimacy. And it is the fact that he doesn't crave sex itself. What he truly craves is the version of you that only shows up during sex. Now, if you understand this, a lot of his behavior will finally make sense to you. Why he keeps coming back, why he seems distant afterwards, why great sex alone isn't enough to keep him committed to you, and why superficial encounters never hold his attention for long. Now, here is why. During the day, you're a lot of things. You're in control, and you've got to be. You manage work, responsibilities, emotions, expectations. You just basically stay composed and thoughtful. You stay guarded because life has taught you that letting everything show isn't always safe. So you find yourself being strong, being capable, and very independent, and that's necessary. All right. But when you're alone with him, when the lights are low and it's just the two of you in one single spot, something changes if you allow it. Your guard comes down, not because you're weak, but because you feel safe. Okay? Because you feel safe. Your breathing shifts. Your body relaxes. Your mind stops planning and analyzing. You stop performing. You stop holding back. You become fully present and you let yourself feel everything, the pleasure, the closeness, the need for him without filtering it. You let yourself want him deeply. You let yourself need him in that moment. You let sound escape that aren't calculated. You let your hands move because they want to, not because you think they should. You look into his eyes longer than usual. You pull him closer, not just for sensation, but because being near him feels essential to your well-being. That version of you, the one who is open, the one who is responsive, the one who is emotionally available completely in her body and in the moment, that is what he becomes addicted to. Not the act, you. The real you without walls. And that's what he's chasing. Let me explain to you what deep intimacy in bed actually looks like when this is happening. First, it starts before anything physical. It is in the way that you let him undress you slowly. It is in the way that you make him maintain eye contact with you, not hiding, not rushing to cover yourself up. It is in the way that you reach for him first sometimes. You show him you want this just as much as he does. When he kisses your neck, you don't just receive it, you respond. You tilt your head to give him more access. You let out a breath that you didn't even realize that you were holding until his lips touched your neck. You run your fingers through his hair. You pull him closer because the closeness feels good, not because you were supposed to. So as things progresses, you start getting connected to him. You keep your eyes open when you can. You touch his face. You say his name, not dramatically, but just naturally. Because in that moment, he matters more than anything else. So you find yourself letting your body move with him, not against a checklist of moves, but in honest response to what you're feeling. So if something feels incredible, you show it. If you need him slower, deeper, closer, you guide him verbally or with your hands without shame. See, when emotion arises, and it will, if the connection is real, you don't have to push it down. If your eyes get wet because the intensity of feeling him, being wanted by him, being open with him overwhelms you in the best way possible, you let it happen. You don't turn your face away. You let him see it. That vulnerability is the core of what he craves, because in that moment, he feels powerful in the deepest sense, not because he's dominating you, but because you trust him enough to let go completely with him in that space. And in that phase, he starts to feel chosen. He feels necessary. He feels like he's reaching the part of you no one else gets to see. And for you, something equally powerful happens. You get to experience being fully wanted for who you are when you're not holding anything back. Not for your looks alone, not for your performance, but for your authentic presence, your openness, your aliveness. And afterward, the intimacy continues if it's real. He doesn't roll over and disconnect. You will find out that he will keep you close. He will trace your skin absent-mindedly, unconsciously. He would listen if you want to talk. He will hold you like letting you go will just cost him something really important. Sometimes neither of you would find yourself speaking. You would just find yourself breathing together, body still touching, because the connection feels too good to break. This is what he's actually seeking in a woman. Not a better technique, not a louder performance, not a perfect body. He wants access to the woman you become when you feel safe enough to stop protecting yourself and start feeling everything. So here is the teaching point, right? Stop trying to be better at sex in the mechanical sense. Start focusing on being more open, more present, more honest in your responses. Let yourself feel deeply. Let yourself need him in that moment. Because the more you hide your emotions, your reactions, the less of that version of you he gets to experience. The less he gets what he truly craves. But the more you allow yourself to be fully there, the more that you feel, the more that you respond, the more that you connect, the more irresistible you become. Not because you're doing more, but because you are revealing more of the real you. That's the secret most of us women never get to learn. And the ones who do, they are the ones men don't just sleep with. They're the ones men fall in love with. Because he doesn't just want your body. He wants the rare, unforgettable experience of being with you when you're completely, unapologetically yourself. Flaws or not, this is who you are. Now let's talk about the part that separates women who, are desired from women who are absolutely irreplaceable. Because understanding that he craves the unguarded version of you is one thing, but learning how to bring her forward on purpose, that unguarded side of you, consistently, powerfully, and not just in the bedroom, is what changes everything. Are you ready? Because a woman who truly keeps high quality men aren't the ones who are the baddest or the best at sex, technically. They're the ones who have mastered stepping into the deeper dimension of themselves deliberately. And they bring it into every part of the relationship. So let me teach you exactly how to do that. First things first, right? Emotional safety is non-negotiable. You cannot access these open, responsive, deeply feeling version of yourself if you don't feel safe with him. Period. And that's on cap locks. And that means he has to show up outside of the bedroom. He has to listen without trying to fix you. He has to be consistent with his words and action. He has to respect your boundaries. He has to handle your emotions with care and respect. Because if he doesn't create that container of safety for you, your body and your heart will not let you fully open. Your body would not respond. And men, you need to take note of that. If you're not creating the right environment for her to thrive and be happy and be joyful outside of the bedroom, her body will not respond to you in the way that you want it to respond. She will not get wet as much as you want her to get wet. You will struggle. But a man who makes a woman feel so good, a man who makes a woman thrive in her femininity, does not have to do too much. Just one touch and she's wet. Even a phone call, just hearing your voice gets her turned on. She's wet. You don't have to do too much. One of the reasons why you do too much is because you've not created an environment where this woman feels loved. You've not talked. You've not mind-fucked her. You've not given her, ching. You've not given her money to go and make her hair. You've not given her money to go and make her nails. You've not taken care of her pocket money. Women love money. Women love a provider. And not just a provider who knows how to love genuinely, authentically, and healthily. We women, we're not that complex. We just want a man who is intentional. It's just in the little things. You don't have to do too much. It's just in the little things, baby. And before you know it, girl is wet. Just you touching her, she is turned on. She is for you. You don't have to even use lubricants because you're doing the needful. Kachifo. And even if you as a woman, you try to force it or fake it, the man will feel the disconnection. It is there. You can't hide it. What's not there, you can't give what you don't have. So hold that standard high. Your vulnerability, your openness, these are gifts. And you only offer them where they are earned and protected. Okay? Secondly, you need to start practicing presence in the everyday moments. Because deep intimacy does not magically appear when the light goes down. It is built in the small things, like I said earlier. Look at him, really look at him when he's talking to you. Touch him. Touch him without it always leading somewhere. Let conversations just go deeper instead of keeping everything light and surface level. Try and sit with him in silence sometimes and just be. See, when you train yourself to be present and connected in your everyday life, just you stepping into that deeper dimension during intimacy becomes second nature. Now, thirdly, when you're physically together, when you're making love, I need you to shift your entire focus. Stop asking yourself, how do I make this amazing for him? Start asking, how deeply can I feel this right now? Slow everything down. Breathe with him. Hold eye contact longer than usual. Touch him like you're discovering or you're rediscovering him. Speak what you're actually feeling in the moment. Oh, this feels so good. I love the way that you're looking at me. Stay right there, baby. Just stay right there. Let yourself be moved by him. Let him see the effect that he has on you. That raw, honest responsiveness is the doorway to everything that he truly, truly craves in you. Are you understand? I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. Now, the fourth thing that you need to do is learn to reframe vulnerability as your greatest strength. See, some of us, we were taught that showing emotions or needing someone in those moments make us weak or too much. It's the opposite. See, when you let him witness how deeply his touch, his presence, his attention affects you, you give him something rare and powerful. You let him feel like he matters on a soul level. And see, men will protect, men will provide and commit to a woman who makes them feel that kind of significance, not because they have to, but because they want to. And finally, the most transformative step is to carry this openness beyond the bedroom. This is what I mean. Bring that same emotional availability into the rest of the relationship. Tell him what you're feeling during the day. Ask for what you need without guilt or apology. Don't be doing understanding girlfriend. Ask for what you need. Because if you're not asking, another girl is asking. All right? And receive his love whenever he gives it to you. Receive his effort, his affection without deflecting or downplaying it. Just stay connected. Even when things get uncomfortable or challenging in a relationship, stay connected with him. Because when you live from this deeper dimension consistently, intimacy just stops being the only place this magic lives. It becomes the natural extension of a bond that's already profound in a bedroom. And that's when the shift happens. He stops seeing sex as the main event and he will start seeing you as the irreplaceable whole. Now, how this affects him is that he will become addicted not just to the bedroom version of you, but to all of you. He will start pursuing you out of the physical movement. He will open up more. He would initiate deeper conversations with you. He will protect the relationship fiercely because he knows how rare this connection is. Ladies, this is a real difference between being wanted and being chosen long term. Most of us women will compete on the surface level too long, too much. We try to stay exciting. We keep the spark alive through novelty, worrying about our bodies or how we perform. But you are going to operate on a completely different level if you want to keep him craving you. You are going to be competing on depth. You are going to be competing on emotional connection, on authenticity. And when you play at that level, you don't have to chase him or keep him interested. He chases you. He chooses you every day because you give him high. You give him a high. He builds with you. So here's your assignment this week, right? Against next year. The next time that you're with him, whether it's a quiet moment on the couch or full intimacy, don't just focus on doing more. Focus on revealing more, be more open, be more honest, be more present, be more feeling. Let him see how much he affects you. Let him feel how much space he takes up in your heart. You need to learn to step fully into that dimension, that deeper version of yourself, and stay there as long as you can. Let him see you in there. And then watch what happens. Watch how he looks at you afterwards. Watch how he reaches for you more. Watch how he starts showing up differently, bigger, stronger, and more invested in you. That's your power. And it's not you performing. It's not in performing. It is not in perfecting anything. It is in being the woman who feels deeply and is also not afraid to show it. You've got this. And I am proud of you, every one of you, for being here, doing this work, choosing depth over surface. That's what makes you extraordinary. That's what makes you a standard against every other woman that he has been with or that he's even thinking of being with. Now let's dive into another different part, right? This is a part meant to awaken something deeper inside of you, because there comes a point when trust is solid and the connection is undeniable, where intimacy stops feeling gentle and familiar and starts feeling intense, charged, almost overwhelming in the best way possible for both of you. Now, this is a layer where connection moves beyond softness and becomes practically magnetic, where desire isn't, just emotional. It is focused, it is intentional, it is consuming, not chaotic at all, not unsafe, but very powerful. And it always begins in the eyes. Now, I need you to know that there is a moment when you look at each other, right? And something just shifts. The air changes. His gaze holds yours, a second longer than usual, deeper than before. It's no longer playful for him or polite. It's focused. It is present, like he's seeing you fully and realizing exactly how much he wants you. And instead of softening or looking away, you stay right there with him. You hold the gaze. You let him feel that you see him too. That exchange alone changes the dynamics. Because now he understands something important. You're not only open and emotionally available, you're confident in your desire. You're grounded in it. You're not afraid of intensity. You're not shrinking yourself to stay comfortable. You're meeting him with the same depth, with the same intensity that he is bringing. From there, everything feels different. Every touch feels intentional. Every moment feels charged because you're fully present, you're fully responsive, you're fully engaged. So you find yourself allowing yourself to be affected by him, and you let him see that effect without hesitation or apology or without shyness. There is no performance, no second guessing. Just two people choosing each other in that moment with clarity and certainty. And what makes this powerful isn't dominance or force. It is mutual focus. It is a mutual trust that you guys are generating. It is a mutual desire that you guys are feeling. He feels chosen. He feels seen, wanted, not just for what he does, but for who he is in that space with you. And you feel the same and you're not shy to show him. Afterwards, the connection doesn't just disappear. It lingers. There's closeness, there's stillness. There is a quiet intensity that doesn't need words. You stay connected because neither of you want to rush away from what was just shared. This is a truth most people don't talk about or don't even know. All right? Men don't just crave softness. They crave a woman who can hold depth. A woman who can be emotionally open and grounded. A woman who isn't afraid to desire, but doesn't lose herself inside it either. So when you meet a man at that level, at that core soul level, when you're fully present emotionally, when you're secure and unapologetically engaged with him, you don't just become someone he enjoys being with. You become someone he associates with intensity, connection, depth. And this level isn't for every situation. It only exists where trust has been built and respect is mutual between two people. But when you have that foundation, don't be afraid of the depth. Because a lot of us were always afraid of the depth, even the man. Just don't water yourself down. Don't retreat from your desire. Show your desire. Don't be ashamed of showing your desire. Because that's the version of you that stays with him. That's a version of him. That's a version of you that he remembers when you're not there. And that's a version that, makes connection unforgettable. So if you've made it this far, you already understand the power of presence. You already understand the power of vulnerability and emotional openness. But here's the part that most of us women, we miss out on. The magic doesn't just end when the light goes off or when the moment in the bed is over. Okay? Listen, the women who become unforgettable, the women that men can't stop thinking about, are the ones who carry that energy into every part of the relationship. It's not about being perfect. I say this all the time. It's not about the actions that you bring, the performance that you display. It's all about being fully alive and fully engaged consistently. So when he tells you about his day, really listen. Not with half attention of routine, but with curiosity, with warmth, with genuine interest. When he laughs, let yourself laugh with him fully and without restraint. All right? When he expresses something vulnerable, that is, honor it with your presence, with your understanding, and with your reaction. Because that same openness that you bring to your intimacy, you sprinkle across the ordinary movements of life. And that's what keeps a man invested in you. See, there will always be moments when he withdraws slightly, when life pressures him, or when he's processing something internally. This is where your grounding matters. You don't chase, you don't over-explain, you don't pull back into doubt or worry. You simply stay centered in yourself. You stay confident in the connection that you've built. And you trust that the bond that you've forged in emotional and intimate presence will call him back naturally. This is what creates attraction that is lasting. A pull that isn't about games, but about depth, stability, and mutual desire. And here's a secret. The more you maintain this energy outside of the bedroom, the stronger the effect inside it becomes. He starts to crave not just your presence in intimate moments, but your presence in his life. Your energy becomes magnetic. He will notice the little things about you, your laughter, your calmness, your confidence, the way you see him without judgment. And every time that he witnesses your authenticity, every time that he experiences your depth, he is just basically reminded of the woman that he can't forget, the one who moves through the world with him as herself, unapologetically. Okay? The key is consistency, not performance, not perfection. Just presence, openness, and the courage to stay in your power while still being emotionally available. You let him see the real you, your laughter, your softness, your strength, your quirks, your fire, your passion, your raw desire. And you do it not just in a moment of intimacy or in a moment of sex, but in every interaction that matters. That's how attraction becomes devotion. Desire just becomes connection, and fleeting encounters just turn into lasting bonds. Before I go, I want you to remember this, ladies, that he doesn't just crave your body, he craves your essence. The woman who knows herself, who feels deeply, who shows up fully, that's what he craves. A woman who is unshakable, even when she's giving everything she has emotionally. When you master this balance, you're no longer just someone he wants in the moment, in a bedroom. You're someone he chooses again and again and again, without question. Because you're simply unforgettable. You're irreplaceable. And you don't have to perform a single thing to earn that in a man's life. Okay? And this is the power of presence, the power of openness, the power of being unapologetically yourself. It is subtle, it is profound, and it is what turns desire into connection and connection into something that lasts. Okay? So this is where we wrap it all up. Until I come your way, when I do come your way, do know that I love you and God loves you best. And this is me wishing you a happy 2026, baby. This year, 2026 is going to be fabulous. All right. I'm wishing you the best of this year. And I pray that no evil falls in your path. There shall be no death situation amongst you. There shall be no death situation on your path. Your 2026 shall be greater than your 2025. You shall know no sickness. You shall be in good health. Your marriage will last. Your relationship will blossom. And in this year, to those of us that are still single, we are getting married. Clock it. Clock it. Love you guys. Mwah. See you when I see you.